Hello everyone, welcome to the online course again. I'm Eva Lai, Senior Support Engineer from SuperGIS. Today I'm going to teach you how to utilize JavaScript API with SuperGIS server. And this is the outline for today's course. First of all, I will have a quick overview for SuperGIS server. But before that, we have already have a part online course talking about the basic idea for SuperGIS server. And today I will more focus about what material that we have to provide for the developers. And the second one that I will introduce for the source of sample codes. It may be from our help manual, or we already have some online source like our SuperGIS developer network we called SGDN. And the last part is I will introduce for the demo for modifying based on the sample code. So I will teach you how to modify based on the sample code and to generate your own website. Okay. This is the quick overview for our SuperGIS server. SuperGIS server is an enterprise solution for publish GIS map service to share the data with others by publish the map service. And you can access the map service, maybe it's from mobile or desktop or even the web by any web browser. So you can access the data from our SuperGIS server. So first of all, today I'm going to talk about the API part. We provide lots of function for developer like application programming interface API. We have three kind of programs like JavaScript and Silverlight and Flex. So we provide these three kinds of API for developers. And we also provide the SDK to allow users to modify their own apps. We have based on 3 OS. One is Windows Mobile. Even you got the Windows Mobile 6.1 or 6.5. We also support for the Android platform and the iOS part. And another one is we also support for the web control for developers. So today I'm going to focus about the API part and to teach you how to utilize the JavaScript API. Okay. And this part, I will introduce the source of the sample codes. You can find some sample codes in our user manual. It is in our SuperGIS server developer guide. After you install the SuperGIS server, you will find the help menu directly under the folder SuperGIS and SuperGIS server. So you can check our developer guide, and we provide a lot of sample codes under these categories. Or you can go to our online source SGDN, SuperGIS Developer Network. In the Resource Center, we provide SuperGIS Server API samples in 3 languages, JavaScript, Flex, and Silverlight. In SGDN, you will find more sample codes like, for example, this is the API sample for JavaScript. You can see on the left-hand side, this one, we provide a lot of sample codes. We categorized into several parts. For example, 3D analyzed or graphics or layout or maps. So you can find the one that you want to use, like maybe you want to apply a unique value map. So you can just directly to choose the topic on the left hand side, and you will see there will be a live sample. After one click, you can it will lead you to another website to have a live demo, or you can download the whole package as a zip file to download the source code, the sample code directly, and you can modify the source code based on this zip file. So allow me to spend a short time to explain the structure of using API. Today we'll more focus about the JavaScript. The advantage of the JavaScript is it can modify by any text editor like Notepad or text editor. So it is very convenient for you to create your own website based on the JavaScript. And the second one is, while we are using APIs, we need to create a web application by our SuperGIS server manager. It will create a map cache or map viewer or map editor.html, so you can directly to modify on this HTML file by any text editor. And then in this HTML file, it will connect to our main target agent.aspx. So all the information about the JS service is stored in this file. So basically, if you are going to apply the JavaScript API, you can just modify only map editor.html or map viewer, just only this HTML by JavaScript. If you need more functions to use, it depends on different cases. You need to modify other files. You can check for details from our SuperGIS developer network. So this is the first example I will introduce you, that how to match up with OpenStreetMap. Like this one, maybe I got only a polygon layer and a point layer, but I need a beautiful map to enrich my website like this one, so I can integrate with the OpenStreetMap. It's a free source map provided by the UK organization. So I can match up with this OpenStreetMap to enrich my website to make it more beautiful. So we can follow the steps below to finish this task. So this is how to match up with OpenStreetMap. We have a detailed step in our user manual, but here I will provide you the key points. The first one is you need to set up for the coordinate as Web Mercator. This one is important because OpenStreetMap is based on Web Mercator. If you want to integrate with this one, you need to switch to specify your own JS data into Web Mercator coordinate system. And the second key point is you need to publish your JS data as a cache service. The cache service that you can imagine that the JS data will print out as a very tiny picture and combine together. So this is the concept to create a cache service. And the third one is you need to pay attention about the scale, because the OpenStreetMap, when you zoom in and zoom out, it has the label for the scale, like this one. Okay, this is that how you need to use the cache service while you publish. And this one is for the scale settings, because the OpenStreetMap, the different label has the different scales, like this one. This is the list. So in our SuperGIS server manager, you can just directly to load the scale. It is already set up. You just need to click on this load and it will load it automatically. So you don't need to type in individually. It's very convenient. So this is the three key points that you need to pay attention. And this is the detailed steps. Like the first step is to set the coordinate in our project file, SGD file, in our SuperGIS desktop, and then to save the project file. And the third step is to launch our SuperGIS server manager, to publish, to use cache service while publish your JS data, and then to set up for the scale. You are going to use the google.xml to loading the scale automatically. And then the sixth step is to create an application, means to create a website. And the final one is the important one. We need to do some modification on the HTML file, or you can just copy it to a new HTML file. And the details about the modification, like this one. In step 7, while you are going to modify in the HTML file, you can go to our user menu to check how to integrate the OpenStreetMap. This is the one that you need to append it with your HTML file. This part means it will quote it from the OpenStreetMap and will add to the map directly and to display. So this is, and then before that you need to add the source, this one, the .js. You need to quote it from OpenStreetMap. You need to add this line as well. So after modify on these two parts, you can access the OpenStreetMap. You can integrate the OpenStreetMap with your own JS data. So this is the brief introduction. So now comes to the demo time for how to mesh up with OpenStreetMap. Okay, here comes the first demo part to overlay the OpenStreetMap with your own JS service. So allow me to switch my data here. As what we mentioned before in previous online course, that before you are going to publish a map service, you need to use our SuperGIS desktop to prepare your JS data like this one. And as what I mentioned in the previous slide, that the first key point is you need to make sure the coordinate system is based on the web Mercator. So that we just check the coordinate system just by double click on the layers and switch to the coordinate system tab and make sure it is based on the web Mercator. If it is not, you can use this select icon to select this one to switch the coordinate system to web Mercator. So after that, we need to save as a project file, our SGD file. You can use this save or save as. And then to use our SuperGIS server manager to publish our map service, just type in the username and the password to log in. And then we can start to publish a map service. For the details that the procedure to publish and the detail about all the functions in here, I think it is introduced in the previous online course. So let me just directly go to adding a new service by this one. Maybe that we allow me to give it a name, JavaScript example 1. And the document part is you need to specify for the path for your SGD file. Mine is located in sample data, this one, osm-sample.sgd. So click down to publish. And then the second key point is we need to set as a cache service. So we need to select this one to select the service and go to the configuration by this icon. And then to use cache service, and then remember that we need to specify for the scale. So we can use the google.xml to load the scale. It will loading automatically. And then click done. It will finish the procedure to create a map service. And then the next procedure is that we are going to create an application, to create a website. So go to this one, application part, to create an ultra website. And we can use JavaScript to do some modification for the API. So go to create and website to give a name. So same JavaScript example 1, and choose the corresponding configuration file, this one .cfg, and check because it is support for map cache. So simple, go to the next step and click down, and it will finish to publish a website. And you can use this URL link to open to view your JS data by web browser, like this one. This is the data that I published by our SuperGIS server manager. So the next step will be I need to overlay the OpenStreetMap with my own JS data. That I need to do some modification on the HTML file and to add some programming that the details that we can refer to our SuperGIS server help menu. This here, and under the category publish JS service and under the category integrating with other platforms, there will be overlaying OpenStreetMap on SuperGIS server. Here, the third one, it will give you a link. It will give you a hint that which part that you need to add, like this one, the blue text. We need to add this, and as the same, we need to add this part as well. So we can go to the HTML file to check. We can use the IIS manager to find out our website. JS EX1 example 1. Allow me to refresh first. To refresh to find this one, and then to find out the HTML, like this one. Allow me to open it. And then, as what I said before, the advantage for the JavaScript API is that you can modify the HTML file by any text editor. So I can use the Notepad++, and then to add some program according to the help menu by this one. Just copy and paste this part, and then to paste. And then another part is here, the blue one. Just copy and paste. So finally corresponding place, like here, right here before add layer. So just copy and paste, and then to save. And then we can go refresh our website, our application, and then the OpenStreetMap will be overlaid together with our own SuperGIS, with our own JS data, and then you will see there's a watermark. There's the symbol that info the client that it is overlaid with the OpenStreetMap, and in the layers contents that it will also show that it is quoted the standard, this one, so that we can use the zoom in zoom out function to check for the details for the JS data and overlay with a base map with OpenStreetMap. So this is the first example, the first demo for overlaying with OpenStreetMap by modifying the JavaScript API. So let me continue together. Allow me to continue with the next one, is the second example. Okay, here comes the second example, that to use the unique value to display the features for each features directly on the website, like figure shows here, that use different color to represent different state or province in Japan, and you can use the color to directly to see which state it is. So how can we achieve these text by modifying the JavaScript API? So as following, the first one is that it's quite simple, that you can use the symbology to switch to unique value in desktop solution, for example our SuperGIS desktop. But how we can do these kind of jobs to display on web page, like figure shows below, like here, different color to represent different country in Europe. So how we can finish for this kind of job? So allow me to introduce first for our simple code source that in our SGDN SuperGIS Developer Network, in the JavaScript API simple list, you will find there will be a topic talking about the unique value map. It's under the category map, and you can find it is located here, unique value map. And then you can to download the zip file, and according to the part how to use this one, it will tell you which files that we should do some modification according to the simple code download from here. So if you are going to start with this text, that we can directly go to the SGDN and to download the simple code and to follow the instruction about in the how to use part to finish this job. So before we apply this function, that there's one thing that we need to do is we need to use our data solution to check the attribute table, because we need to decide that based on which field, which part of information that we need to apply for different colors. For example, in this figure shows here, in the attribute part there will be a field. It represents its country name. So we would like to use this field to represent for different colors. So first of all, we need to choose the field to according to, and then go through the server part to modify and to apply the unique value that I would like to introduce the concept first. So first of all, in the client side, we would already know that after we create a website by our SuperGIS Server Manager, there will be a HTML file created automatically. So in this HTML file, it will call out the agent.aspx, this file, to as a layer, and then after that to add this layer to display on the website. So that we dig furthermore about what's inside in this agent.aspx. So in this agent.aspx, in this file, it will load the configuration about all the settings for the map service, and except for that, it will also call out a function in SGS agent, this part. So this is the major part we would like to apply, or we would like to use a lot of function. So allow me to introduce more about the SGS agent.cs. For example, this one. This is the SGS agent.cs part. In this CS file, there will be a lot of function. That one of the most important is there will be a function called create image. This one, it means that when we pan the map on the website, it will create an image directly according to the program under this function, under this part. So it will execute this function when we pan the map, or to refresh, or to display any figures that I would like to display on the website. So this is quite important to do some modification in SGS agent.cs. So this part is in the server part. Why we say that? Because when client side call out to pan the map, it will use the server part to call out the function in SGS agent.cs, and to pan the map we will create an image. And because we are going to use the unique value to display different country, so we can set up to use the random color to set up for the different color for each features, like here. for this part. And then after create image, this kind of text finish, it will send back the result to the HTML and then to display in the client side. So this is how the whole workflow for the communication between the client side and the server side. And the next part will be how the client side and the server side to transmission to decide that it would execute the function or not. So in the client side, in the mapview.html, we will add a new icon to execute the function, to call out the function. So we would like to add an external layer to show the color map by once we click on the new icon, and then it will call out the web page according to this one, and there will be a function called setArea, and then to send the request to the server part. Once it succeed, it will lead you to this part, this function, and then have an alert message to tell the users that we've been succeed to use unique value. If it failed, it will show alert message that tell the users failed. So this is quite important to send a request. And after send the request, area equals EA to the server part in the sgsagent.cs, this part, it will temporarily save the session into this one. And once it is import to the server part, it will lead to this one. If the parameters equals AA, it will execute the following line, like what I say, to use the random color to represent different country for each features. So this is how the data transmission between the client side and the server side. So allow me to switch the demo time again to show you how to apply the unique value on the website by modifying the JavaScript API. Okay, here comes the second example for demo, showing you how to apply the unique value directly on the website by modifying the JavaScript API. So allow me to switch. So here to check our data first, because we need to choose the field according to represent the different color. So I already have a SGD file, and to add the one polygon layer is Europe map, a polygon in different for different countries. So we can right click on the layer to open table, to open the attribute table to find the fields we would like to use separate to represent, because it is the country name, and we would like to use this field according to display in different colors. So the first thing that we need to do is to decide which field that we would like to according to, and then as the same procedure to save as a project file, SGD file, and then go to our SuperGIS server manager to log in, and to add a service that for this time we don't need to use the catch service. We can just use a simple one to become a editable or a simple one map viewer, or both are fine. So after logging to our SuperGIS server manager to publish a map service, to add a new one, to give an example just example 2. And the same document means that we need to check our SGD file. Use this one to add in to publish a map service. Then to click on this one to do some configuration. Here we can directly to click. We can if you are going to make it editable, you can switch to the editing tab and to click on this one and then to click down, and then we can go to application to create the website. It's the same to build up Ultra website. To create JS example 2 and choose the corresponding configuration CFG file, and then click down, and then you will finish to create a website. And firstly, we can open the link to view our data. So after viewing the data here, you will see, and then it is a default template, but we need to do some modification to apply the unique value. Maybe we can add a new icon. After click the icon, we can apply the unique value for different color to represent for different countries. So how we can do that is I already download a sample code from our SGDN. So just unzip it, and there will be two files. One is the HTML file and one is the .cs, and then we can unzip it here and then copy to the website folder, that we can search it from the IIS manager. Allow me to refresh it, and this one, this is the website we just create for apply the unique value, and then to export it to replace or to copy paste here the HTML file. We can just copy and to paste. And as for the SGS agent, we need to copy under this folder and to replace. Just copy and to this one to this one, paste and to copy and replace. So that we just check for the details for the HTML file, that we can open it with any text editor. For example, this one, Notepad++, and here. So in the code here, it is add a layer, and the layer will call out the agent part, agent.axpta, axpx, this one. So agent.xpx is to call out the detailed configuration for the map service. And then if we would like to add a new icon, we need to use this one, div, to add a new icon. And after click the icon, it will execute the function called add layer. And then we'll come to this part, function add layers, and then to call the Ajax agent. And here we need to specify for the website URL link, that if you are using a different website, different IP address, you need to switch for this one, and then you need to switch for the name of the service. Like my service actually is called JSEX2, and then we need to switch to code JSEX2, for example, and then my IP address is the same here. It should be the same to showing the details here. So you need to switch the IP address and the service name, and then after that we will send a request to the server side. It means that to call the SGS agent.cs. So then we check for the details for this file. As I said, you can just open it with any text editor. So in this part, that we can directly to find out the create image part. Create image. This is to call out the function. So this is now the major part. So we can go to the next one, and this is also to call out the function. And here this is the major part to execute the details. and we need to check for this part. For example, we need to check for the parameter equals AA, right, and choose the field name. As I said, it is the save rate. We need to use this field to according to display different color for different country. And go down here is to generate the random color, and there will be a for loop to generate for one color for one feature, and it will execute for the total features, the total number of the features. And then go down to the final part is go down to this part is we need to add the external layer to display on the map. So my data is located in disk C and under the folder JS data, just like here the shapefile that I would like to add an external from the server side. So I just copy the path, the physical path, and to pass here. If your data is not in under the disk C, you need to change this part. And so that's all to pay attention about that. You need to switch to modify. And then after this all, we can go to the IIS manager. This one to refresh, there will be a new HTML file. Then to browse the web, so here will be a new icon, and this is the map service we just published. And before that, to apply the unique value function, we need to pay attention is while adding an external layer, we cannot use the localhost for checks. We need to specify for the IP address, like the external one. Like my IP address is this one. So after that, we can click on this icon to execute the function. There will be a message to inform the users that now we are succeed to use unique value. And then the map will be changed to use different color to represent different countries, just like what we saw here. So this is quite simple to apply the function for unique value. So that's all for the second demo to apply the unique value map. So now we continue. Here comes the third example to display the graduate symbol directly on the website by modifying the JavaScript API. So like figure shows here, you might use the different size of the symbol to indicate the information for your JS data, like maybe it's the population, like this one, maybe Henshan Township might have more population than the other one, Shimpu Township. So the size of the symbology, it can indicate with the population or the rainfall. Maybe you got the JS data based on the point layer, and you got the observed data for the rainfall or even the crime rate. So you can utilize the graduate symbol to display your JS data with more meaningful, with more information. So this one, as I said before that, before to apply the graduate symbol, you need to choose a field again according to while apply the graduate symbol, like this one. The map is based on the Europe, this one, and I got a point layer. It indicates with the population for every populated place. So it got a population in the attribute table. So we need to choose the field like this one, POP-max, to according to while we apply the graduate symbol while our website. So this one again, this is showing how to modify on the website as the same for the HTML file, we need another icon to apply the function. As the same to call out the function. If it fulfill with the condition, area equals AA. If it fulfill with the condition, it will directly to this part. It will lead you to this part to specify for the field name that we are going to quote according to, and then to set up for the render, like the color or to the size. This is for setting for the size. We set up for the size for 5, 25, and 45, and then we use the function called appbreaks to specify for the population, the number of population in the attribute table. And for example, this function means the first break, that is 2,100,000. Below that, it will display the symbology for the size equals to 5. And as the same, to add another break as this value, and to display another symbology, I seem to set up to use the size 25, and another one is this value to display for the size for 45. So this is how it works to apply by our function appbreaks to divide the section into different size. So this is how it works. Here comes to the demo part time again to show you how to modify, how to apply the graduate symbol on the to file. So here comes the third example to demo to show you how to apply the graduate symbology, graduate symbol, to display like different size to represent maybe it's a population. So allow me to switch to my platform to here. As the same, I used the same map in Europe, one raster data and one polygon data for represent for the country in the Europe, and then use this SGD file again to publish a map service. The same procedure to type in the name and just set up for the SGD location, the path, then to publish, and then we can directly go to the application part to create an Ultra website. To use this one, just ex3, and choose the .cfg configuration file, and then to go to the next one to click down to finish. You will see this time this become a map viewer because I didn't choose for editable, so I can check for my JS map service first to make sure the data is fine, and then after that as I said, I already download a sample code here, so allow me to unzip it, and then the same procedure. We just need to not this one. We just need to replace or to copy in the IIS. So refresh it first to find the website folder, to open it, and then we can directly to copy to this folder, and then the CS file we need to copy to under the app-code folder, and then to copy to paste it, and then remember they need to replace. So let me check for the details for the HTML file again. For example, so we can directly go to the next part, because in the initial part is all the same with the previous sample, the example 2. Yeah, the example 2 is called load the agent.xpx to loading the configuration of our JS map service, and then to add to display. And then we also add a new icon to execute the function called add layers. And as I said, we need to change the service name. This time mine is JSEX3, and then the others are all the same because IP address. And after that, we can to check for the details for the server side, to check for the SGS agent.cs. So go to the app-code to open this CS file again, and then to go to find the create image part. I think it is located, is quite below. This is create here. This is the function create image. Before that is all the same. There will be another key point that you need to pay attention is, first of all, you need to choose which kind of data you would like to add in with by the function to add in external layer. For this time, I would like to use this feature layer. Populated place in Europe is a shapefile, and then in this shapefile, there will be a field called POP-max. It means the maximum population for the city. So it's quite important that you need to know which data that you would like to add in to display in your website, and then to choose the field name to according to represent for different size for different symbol. And then after choosing for the physical data shapefile and specify for the field name, and then we need to start to set up for the size. For example, the first one, the ISIM one, is I set for the size for 5, and the second one I set for the size for 25, and the third one I set for the size for 45. So I just only set 3 kind of size for the symbol. A circle, I use a simple point style, means just a circle. And then I use the function called average. It means that from 0 to 2,100,000, it will display the feature with the ISIM one based on the size for 5. And the second, between 2,100,000 to 7 million, it will represent the symbology, the circle, with the size 25. And the final one will represent for the size 45. So this is how it can work. So just directly to switch to the IS to refresh, and then we can call out to open the HTML, and then this is the data we already have, and then we can use this. Remember to switch the localhost to the physical IP address, and mine is this one, and then to loading again, and then we can use this icon to execute, and there will be a message, and now we are already successful to execute it, and then it will add to display. It means that here France in this city has more population, and the other symbology like here is the population will be less, and this one will be represent for the median. So this is how you can work for graduate symbology to display, to add an external layer to display. So this is for the third demo part, to apply the graduate symbology for JavaScript API. Here comes the final example, graduate color. Like figure shows here, you can set different colors according to the information. For example, the area or population or rainfall, like this one. The more darker of the feature indicates with it has more population. For example, the northern part of Taiwan has more population than the east part of Taiwan. So the color can indicate the information. So therefore, the users can understand the GIS data more easily directly from the graphs. So it's very convenient. So you can apply the graduate color directly from the website by modifying the API. So again, before apply the graduate color, you need to check your GIS data and then to choose a field to according to what apply the graduate color. For example, the data I use is based on the Europe, like this one, and in the attribute table it has the GDP information. Every country has on its GDP number, so I can use this one to display the graduate color. Maybe it's from the purple one and to the light yellow. So the color will indicate the amount of the GDP. So it will display like this one. So again, how to modify about the code. First of all, you need to set up for the color bar. Like you need to set up for the lower color and the upper color, and then you need to use the function called add label to specify for the range from 0 to 1, and then the label will corresponding to the color. This is the RGB color number. So every label will indicate to some specific color, and then this is for the setup for the color bar. And then while you apply the GIS data in graduate color, you need to set up for the render, and then to set up for the color according to the index. The index is from 0 to 1. And then to use the add function again to set up for the number, and then to use the symbol, then it will lead to call out the color. To use this one to generate the label in the index for 0.1 to getting the color by specifying the label, and then you can apply the the graduate color directly from the shapefile, quote from the shapefile from the server side, and then to display on the web. So here comes the demo time again to show you how to apply the graduate color. Okay, here comes to the final example to demo to show you how to apply the graduate color to display on map on our SuperGIS server map service. So allow me to switch my platform again and to delete the previous one. And as the same, we need to check our data to prepare our data by our SuperGIS data. And before that, we need to use the attribute table to confirm which field that we would like to use. We would like to set up for graduate color that according to, so we can use directly to open the table to check. So in this example, we would like to use the field in GDP. It's quite here, GDP, this one. So we can use the graduate color to display the population or the GDP. All are fine. It depends on which field that you would like to use. So just need to check the field name first, and then to save the map to create the SGD first to create the project file and use our SuperGIS server manager again to publish a map service, and then to add a new service, this time as the same to JS example 4, the final one, and then to specify for the SGD is located in under DC here, and then to publish. Then finish to publish a map service, and now we can directly go to the application part to build up an Ultra website to create. Then give a name, just example 4, and then to choose the corresponding configuration file, this one, and then go to the next part and then click down, so it's finished. So ascend just to check the data first to make sure everything is fine, so it can display correctly on the map. So we can start to do some modification for based on the JavaScript API. So allow me to directly unzip the sample code from the website and to unzip the data, and then to sorry, where is another one? Didn't, oh, here. So same to check the folder for our website is in here, JSEX4. Then to open it, then to copy, to transfer the HTML file, copy and paste to under the folder directly here. And another one is the CS we need to copy under the folder app-code to replace. And then the same procedure that we would like to use the text editor to open this HTML to check our settings. For example, as the same, it is called out, it will to lead to the agent.xpx, then to add a layer to display on the map. And then there will be a function called add layers. It means that to add an external layer to showing. Here is the to showing the color in different colors, not this one, not size. Okay, and then we can change for the service name. This time mine is just EX4 JavaScript example 4, and then it's quite finished because everything are the same. And then we can start to check for the server part to check for the details for sending the request in our SGS agent.cs on the app-code, and then to open it. Then go to the create image part because it is the function that we measure to apply our graduate color here. So directly go to this part. If the parameters equals AA, it will execute the function. And to set up for the graduate color, to record a little bit in our slide part, you need to set up for the lower color and the upper color, and then to add the labels, and the index will be between 0 to 1, this one. And after setting the color by the RGB color number, and then we can, this is all for setting for a color bar, and then we can start to generate our render by this one. As you render, use the simple field symbol, means that there will be a fully solid symbology to display the layer, and the layer will be this here to add the layer. And then this is the physical path for the server side. Here I would like to add an external layer based on the administrator in Europe, and this is the polygon layer. So for the symbology for the render, I would like to use the simple field style, and it is solid, means the pattern symbology for the polygon will be all in one color, and the color settings will use the use this one to use the function generate color, and this number means the index, the label. It will grab the color from the color bar setting from here. So if we set for the 0.1, it will take the color from the lower to this one, from the color to between this one, between lower color and between the first label. And the second symbology TSFB is generate the color 0.4. It will add request the color between these two, and the final one is 0.8, and then it will request the color from the third label and to the upper one. So this is how we can set up for the color bar, color pattern, and then to generate the color by the render by the function called generate. And then we can set up for the field name. Like this one, we would like to display the GDP information in different colors. So we need to specify for the field name, and then use the asterisk again to give a number, and then to set up for the symbology. This is measured for the difference is measured in the color. So that's all about the settings to display the graduate color. So now we can go to the IS again to refresh it, and then to browse the HTML. And remember, need to remind you again that while apply the function to adding an external layer, we need to switch to physical IP address like this one. Oh, sorry. Should be HTTP. Sorry. It should be HTTP. Oh, sorry. Here, this is the map that we just published. Then we can use this icon to execute the function, and then while it is finished all the procedure, it will have a message. And then after that, it will change the color pattern. It means that from one color and then transfer, and will have a graduate color to display, to use the color to represent for the label. For example, to represent for the GDP in this example. So this is the procedure that how it can work to display the graduate color in our SuperGIS Server Manager by JavaScript API. Okay, so this is for the final part for the demo. So this all about the today's online course is just finished. If you still have any questions, please contact us. Maybe you can email us or directly post your question on our SuperGIS forum, and the forum link is under here, www.supergeotech.com/forum, and the email is dev@supergeotech.com. So you can if you have a question, you can contact us by this method, and we will recommend you to subscribe our SuperGIS TV. We will update the latest information, or to update some online course or some useful information, some manipulation about our software. So recommend you to subscribe our SuperGIS TV. So thank you all. Nice to hope we can meet in the next online course. Thank you again. Goodbye.